So I want to say a final thing about nutrition here, because immediately people think that you've got to go into smoothie world and acai bowls and all the stuff that's really expensive, and actually it's not. It's really basic stuff, and like I said, you can go to a nutritionist and get this advice, because I'm not a qualified nutritionist. But common sense and the results that I've seen time and time again with people I've worked with and students and myself as an experiment is it's the sugar in food that causes massive spikes. And I've got this toy here, and that's what it feels like, that noise, when you've got all that electricity in your body, and that's heightened by getting the wrong food in the system. So God, I fidget a lot, so cringe doing these videos. I want to help you. So what I would say is, before you jump in with a nutritionist or anything, because it all costs a lot of money, and like I said, I can highly recommend a nutritionist. But what I would do is I would just silently monitor for a week what's going on. If it's you, then look at what's happening during the day. Look at when you get those massive kind of jitters or spikes of adrenaline or whatever it is, and just feel jumpy or irritable. And then look at when you get the slumps, because you'll get those awful slumps as well. And just when you feel out of sorts, and track the food that you've had throughout the day, and see if you see a pattern over a week. I'm going to massively recommend you have a diary. Massive. It's a game changer. Really important for this, if you really want to get a handle on this. So monitor it over a week and see if you see a pattern in the peaks and troughs in what you're doing and how you're feeling. If it's one of your tweens or primary kiddies or teens, just silently monitor the behavior, because it is a behavior, it's not them. And see how things go over a week before you make any decisions. I used to teach mindfulness in schools. There's a great thing called Mindfulness in Schools project, and I used to teach mindfulness in schools. And when you get beyond the nutrition, the next bit will be about, the certain feelings that are going on in the body, and kids actually really respond to that. As adults, we tend to go, oh, that's a bit woo-woo. Well, okay, if it's woo-woo, I don't care. If it helps their mental health and it helps them make them feel better. I saw kids respond so well to some very simple techniques. No one's wearing a caftan and waving incense and chiming bells, and it's just simple practical techniques that are about helping regulate the nervous system. So I will add tips to that later on, because I'll keep doing these posts. But so if you do the monitoring for a week, see if you notice any patterns. I mean, I certainly had patterns when I caned those tubes of Smarties and Coke, and then found myself in that toilet banging my head against the wall, or biting my fists, or hitting my head against the wardrobe, or screaming for no apparent reason because I felt awful. So do that for a week, and then notice the difference when you start adding a few more veggies in. You might get battles at the beginning, but it's a battle worth taking. And if you don't have the other kryptonite stuff in the house, then you've started off in the right path. And it's the veggies, and you know, you can start the day. It's that breakfast is the massive one, because you get, if you don't start breakfast in the right way, you start the peaks and troughs off. So if you're starting with a nice smoothie full of fruit and sugary things, that's just making things go through the roof, which I discovered quite late, when I thought I was making my perfect smoothie bowls, and no, that didn't work for me at all. I was like gritting my teeth, and my heart was racing, and I was getting those feelings again. So it could be some ham and some veggies, or some vegan ham, something that's simple, but you get something that's not going to spike your blood sugar. So, you know, if you've got any questions or any observations, anything you want to ask, please do ask underneath, because the dialogue's getting better, and I love it, because I'm all about trying to help people. That's why I'm a hypnotherapist and reflexologist, and I absolutely love what I do, based on what I've seen in my own mental health and physical health, and what I've seen in my clients. And there's a fabulous community around as well. And I'll try and give you as many tips as I can, as much as I hate doing videos. It's so cringy. But I'll get used to that, and yeah, I'll keep sending this stuff out there.